Welcome to one of Yorkshire's finest treasures. Let's talk about Saltaire, a right bobby-dazzler of a village nestled in the heart of West Yorkshire. This place is a true gem, brimming with history and charm. Now, this ain't your typical quaint village, mind you. Saltaire stands out with its unique architecture and well-planned streets, a testament to its rich heritage. Saltaire's got a story to tell, a story of industry, social reform, and one man's vision. It's a place where history comes alive, and every corner has a tale to share. Back in 1853, a top-notch industrialist named Sir Titus Salt decided to shake things up a bit. He wasn't just any businessman. He was a visionary who wanted to create a better world for his workers. He built this village for his workers, and let me tell you, he didn't cut any corners. The houses were well constructed, the streets were clean, and the facilities were top-notch. This place is a proper time capsule, showing us how things were done back in the day. It's like stepping into a living museum, where the past and present coexist harmoniously. Now, Saltaire ain't just some dusty old relic. It's a vibrant community that has managed to preserve its historical essence while embracing modernity. It's a living, breathing community full of character and charm. The locals take pride in their heritage, and it shows in the way they maintain their surroundings. You've got the magnificent Salts Mill, once a hive of industrial activity, now a hub for art and culture. It's a place where creativity thrives and history is celebrated. Then there are the rows of handsome houses, built for the workers and their families. These homes are a testament to Sir Titus Salt's commitment to providing a high quality of life for his employees. And let's not forget the beautiful park, perfect for a leisurely stroll. Roberts Park is a green oasis that offers a peaceful retreat from the hustle and bustle of daily life. Saltaire is like a beautifully preserved Victorian photograph, come to life. It's a place where you can almost hear the echoes of the past in the cobblestone streets and historic buildings. It's a reminder of a time when things were built to last, with craftsmanship and attention to detail. The intricate designs and sturdy construction speak volumes about the era's dedication to quality. It's a place where you can step back in time and imagine what life was like for the people who lived and worked here. Saltaire is not just a village, it's a journey through history, a living testament to a bygone era. Now let's talk about the man himself, Sir Titus Salt. Born in 1803, Sir Titus Salt was a visionary industrialist and philanthropist who left an indelible mark on the 19th century. This fella wasn't your average factory owner. He was a man with a mission to change the way industry operated and to improve the lives of those who worked for him. He weren't content with just making a profit. Oh no. He saw the potential for industry to be a force for good, to uplift communities and provide better living conditions. He wanted to create something special, something that would benefit both his workers and the community as a whole. His vision was to build a self-sustaining community where people could thrive. See, back then, most factory workers lived in cramped, unsanitary conditions. Slums, they called them. These areas were often overcrowded, with poor ventilation and little access to clean water. Disease was rife and life expectancy was low. Cholera, typhoid, and other diseases spread rapidly in these conditions, making life incredibly harsh for the working class. Titus, he had a different idea. He believed that the well-being of his workers was paramount, and that a healthy, happy workforce would be more productive and loyal. He believed that if you looked after your workers, they'd be happier and more productive. This belief drove him to create better living and working conditions for his employees. So, he decided to build Saltaire, a place where his workers could live in decent housing, with access to clean water, education, and healthcare. Saltaire wasn't just a village. It was a model of what industrial communities could aspire to be. He wanted to create a model village, a shining example of how industry and social responsibility could go hand in hand. His vision was revolutionary, and it set a new standard for how businesses could operate with a conscience. Now you might be wondering, why did Titus decide to up sticks and move his entire operation from Bradford? What could have driven him to leave behind a city that was, at the time, a booming industrial hub? Well, there were a few reasons, and they were quite compelling. Firstly, Bradford was getting a bit too crowded for his liking. The rapid industrial growth had led to an influx of people, making the city feel cramped and congested. The air was thick with smoke from the factories. and the streets were overflowing with people. The pollution was becoming unbearable, with smoke and soot filling the air, making it difficult to breathe. Titus, he wanted a fresh start, a place where he could build his dream village from scratch. He envisioned a community that was not only productive but also healthy and pleasant to live in. Secondly, Saltaire's location on the banks of the River Aire was ideal for transporting goods. The river provided a natural route for moving raw materials and finished products. They had the canal and the railway right on their doorstep, making it dead easy to get their products to market. This logistical advantage was crucial for the success of his enterprise. But perhaps the most important reason was Titus's desire to create a healthier environment for his workers. He believed that a happy, healthy workforce was essential for productivity and innovation. He knew that the polluted air and cramped conditions in Bradford were taking a toll on their health. By moving to Saltaire, he hoped to provide his workers with better living conditions, cleaner air, and a more pleasant environment overall. Right, let's have a gander at the village itself. Saltaire is a proper treat for the eyes, with its grand Victorian architecture and well-planned streets. The houses, built from local sandstone, are a testament to the craftsmanship of the day. They're solid, well-built and full of character. And then there's Salt's Mill, the heart of the village. This place is an absolute behemoth, a towering symbol of the Industrial Revolution. It's got these massive windows, you see, to let in as much light as possible. And inside, well, it was a hive of activity back in the day, with thousands of workers beavering away. Titus even built a church, a school, a hospital, and a pub for his workers. He thought of everything, did our Titus. Now, Saltaire wasn't just about fancy buildings and clean living. It was a social experiment, a way of proving that industry and community could thrive together. And you know what? It worked a treat. Saltaire became a model for other industrialists who were keen to emulate Titus's success. This, my friends, is how the Garden City movement was born. Inspired by Saltaire, visionaries like Ebenezer Howard started popping up all over the shop, promoting the idea of self-sufficient towns surrounded by green spaces. They believed that people shouldn't have to choose between living in the countryside or the city. They could have the best of both worlds. Section 6. A Heritage for the World. Word soon got out about this little Yorkshire village that could. People came from far and wide to see Saltaire for themselves, and they were blown away by what they found. They saw a community that was thriving, with happy, healthy workers and a real sense of pride in their surroundings. It weren't long before Saltaire gained international recognition. In 2001, it was awarded UNESCO World Heritage status, putting it on par with some of the most important historical sites in the world. And rightly so, I say. Saltaire is a shining example of Victorian ingenuity and social progress, and it deserves to be preserved for generations to come. Section 7. The Art of Industry. Now let's fast forward a bit to the latter half of the 20th century. Salt's Mill, once the beating heart of the village, had fallen silent. The textile industry had gone into decline, and the mill was forced to close its doors in 1986. But this wasn't the end for Salt's Mill. Oh no, it was about to enter a whole new chapter thanks to a bloke named Jonathan Silver. Jonathan, he was an art enthusiast with a keen eye for potential. He saw an opportunity to transform Salt's Mill into something truly special. And so he set about creating the 1853 Gallery, a space dedicated to showcasing the works of none other than David Hockney, one of Britain's most celebrated living artists. Section 8. Life in a Model Village. What's it like to live in Saltaire today, you ask? Well, it's a right privilege, that's for sure. The village has retained its charm and character, and the sense of community is as strong as ever. You've got families who've lived here for generations, alongside newcomers who've been drawn to Saltaire's unique appeal. There's a real mix of people here, from artists and musicians to entrepreneurs and young professionals, and everyone seems to rub along together just fine. Of course, Saltaire isn't without its challenges. Traffic can be a bit of a nightmare, especially during peak hours. Section 9. Saltaire's enduring legacy. So there you have it, the story of Saltaire. From its humble beginnings as a model village to its current status as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, Saltaire has left an indelible mark on the world. It's a reminder that industry and social progress can go hand in hand, and that by creating a better environment for workers, we can create a better society for everyone. Saltaire's legacy extends far beyond the boundaries of this small Yorkshire village. It has inspired generations of architects, urban planners, and social reformers who have sought to create communities that are both beautiful and functional, places where people can live, work, and thrive.